A mixed reaction on the world markets to yesterday's jump in the Dow. Most Asian stock markets closed higher today. Major European markets have opened lower. Meanwhile, U.S. futures are down this morning following yesterday's 270-point Dow Jones gain. Ed?
Well, speaking of Wall Street, you get whiplash watching the Dow Jones down 600, up 200, down 400, up 400. I mean, and that's a problem, Vince, when you take a snapshot. On any given day, you can say, oh, things are good. Any given day, you could, like, jump out the window. What exactly is going on nationally? I know you've got a picture here to paint.
Well, the big picture, Ed, is really a lousy picture. There's a lot going on in the economy, and most of it's pretty bad. So, first of all, you have to remember, when it comes to economics, Harry Truman's quote still works today. If you laid all the economists of the world end to end, they'd never reach a conclusion. So that's why you get kind of mixed notes on all of this. Here's what we do know. Consumer confidence right now, small business confidence right now, at the lowest level it's been in 28 years. Well, if small business or business in general is worried about the future, they stop spending as well. They cut labor, they cut inventories, and that means they don't have people working, so it cuts our wages.
And Vince, the last I saw, I think this promise that the federal government is going to bail out people is up to like $4 trillion or something. Where is this money coming from?
It's coming from you and I in the way of taxes. They're going to be selling more bonds.
We just have it laying around?
No, that's the problem. It's all debt. It's all money we don't have. It's going to be paid back supposedly somewhere in the future. And then the Federal Reserve is going to be creating money. They literally will be printing money. And that bodes the question, isn't this inflationary? And at some point, Ed, it's going to be very inflationary.
Well, we had a board of economists earlier this week say they just declared we are in a recession. Do you believe we're in a recession? Or are there those that say we're in a depression? Or are those that say we don't know yet?
Well, the difference
like you said, Harry Truman, they all line them up, they all disagree.
That's right. And the difference is, the simple thing is it's a recession when I'm out of work, it's a depression. Probably it's a recession when you're out of work, it's a depression when I'm out of work. A depression is a really, really, really bad recession. Okay. And right now, we're in a bad recession, but it's not 1932. Unemployment then was the 25% range. Today, it's about 7%, could go as high as 8 to 10%. That's bad. The difference was in 1932, there was no unemployment compensation, there was no Social Security. Today, there is some sort of safety net to help you there.
What is the market doing compared to a Great Depression?
It's about the third worst market in history right now. The Depression market was worse than this, but the one in 82, the one in 2000 was a little better than this. Not by much. We're down about 40+% right now. And you mentioned General Motors.
Yeah.
Frankly, a lot of us in the business community say it's time for General Motors to go bankrupt because they already have $48 billion in debt. If the government gives them another $20 or $25 billion, what chance is it that they will really pay that back? And the truth of the matter is there's probably not a very good chance of that. And then, by the way, they all share car suppliers. And there are somewhere between 6,000 and 14,000 parts on a car. If you're missing one part, you can't build that car. If GM and those guys do go bankrupt, some of the suppliers are going to be impacted. That's going to really impact negatively the automobile industry in the United States, including some of the international companies like Hyundai and Honda that do produce here, Toyota, and they won't get parts either.
All right, we had to kind of wing it today. We had a presentation. We're out of time, but you've got more numbers for us. Can you share them with us next week?
You bet.
All right. Vince, we appreciate it. We'll try to get the bugs worked out, too, so we've got a great presentation to show you exactly what's going on.